peace, inner peace, inner peace. Welcome back to the Stoop football fans. It's your boy Lolo. I'm doing my best to sit here and not rage burn everything that's behind me right now, except for maybe that Admiral right there and the Magic 8 Ball, of course. But what I called down here disgraceful performance by my club. Before we get into that, happy Monday, everybody. We've made it through another match week. So happy to see all my Stoop crew who's already in here. You guys have been talking all throughout the game. Some giving me sticks, some giving me like condolences, and some people even saying that Leeds would not take Eddie Nketiah back. All right. Jimmy, good to see you. Mr. Tom, very good to see you. Ben Ireland, Bobby Two Scoops, I see you all in there. Who else is here? Who else? Mr. Tom, everybody, so good to see you. Conche, rough one for Arsenal. So I just want to kind of go off on a rant on what I saw today with my club in a 2-1 loss to Everton, as you see right there. Do I think it's a deserved win for Everton? Yeah. Performance to performance, standalone, side by side. Everton deserved that for sure. Should they have won? No. We're a better team than them, and they are in terrible form right now. And we are supposedly in incredible form. Maybe not incredible, but incredible for where we had been. For some reason, Arteta decides, hey guys, let's go out there. I hear, this is what I think happened. I think Arteta was like, listen, this is what we're going to do. The Everton fans planned to mass this mass exodus of the stadium at the 27th minute. So Arteta, in his mind, is going, all we got to do is not let them score up until the 27th minute, and maybe we get one, and then everybody will leave, and it'll be a fucking rout. There you go. Because that's the type of energy that they had going into it, was like, let's just hang back. You know what? Let's back pass. And it wasn't even like it was Xhaka back passing. I know everybody, Arsenal fans, complain about Xhaka and the back pass. But it was a no pressing, no aggression, no going at them. They are a team who are in such mental they were in a terrible mental space, Everton, because they just kept losing and they just kept getting screwed at the last minute or just not getting the goal, and this guy gets hurt and this guy gets hurt. So coming into this, all we had to do was attack the shit out of them. Yes, they're going to get some counterattacks, but trust in Ramsdale and trust in Gabriel. Don't like invite pressure, dang. Like it was a wet day. The balls weren't weren't traveling the way they wanted. But fuck, man, you play in England. It's always wet. So anyway, above all, I am disappointed in the performance that I saw, the mental performance that I saw from Mikel Arteta and from most, if not all, of the players on the pitch. And another point that I want to note, and that I would like to get our distinguished panel and guests to discuss, is I thought during the match, wow, okay, Lacazette's maybe touched the ball twice for in 60 minutes or something like that, and I thought, okay, maybe it's not all Aubameyang's fault, because maybe it's us as a whole are attacking everything about our team. We can't get Aubameyang the ball. We can't get him the ball in good spaces. And then Aubameyang came on and he showed us with the last kick of the game exactly where he is right now and who he is right now. And who he is somebody who comes in with the game on the line, an embarrassing loss on the line, and he gets essentially a sitter for his quality, his supposed quality, his past quality. That was a sitter to tie the game. Last kick of the game. Boom. We get it back. We don't get as embarrassed. And our captain goes, brush it off, guys. I got you. I have your back. And Mark knows from playing pool when you'd get swept or something, and then your teammate would come and just beat somebody they weren't supposed to and get your team the points, and we win the night. And we always say, I got you back. We got you back. That's why we're a team. That's what a captain would do. Motherfucker, yes, John. Yes, that. Yes, Patty came on. We'll talk about that. But he was in the right place at the right time with the right knee or whatever body part got him that. But speaking of Mark, let's bring Mark in here. Mark, that's it. That's my rant. I'm done. I'm not talking about it. I mean, I'll discuss, but I'm done. You're muted, by the way. You muted yourself.
When the ball, I don't know, was it Odegaard that gets the ball to Aubameyang through the legs of God knows who? And I'm like, that's a goal. Aubameyang is going to score. And then he doesn't. And I'm just like, yeah, that's your captain. That and I don't mean that, but he's the guy, y'all look to him and you gave him the ball in the right spot. And I've seen him score from that spot enough to know that he's the space. He's in outer space. He's got so much space. He needs to look inside to the inner space and make that. This is 3 matches in a row that he has had an opportunity to put something away or to earn points and just doesn't do it. I thought you guys came forth looking at Everton as being the worst informed team in the league. And you guys kind of just like, oh yeah, they're not informed. We got this from the get go. You guys just had this. Yeah, this is ours.
Mark.
It's going to be ours, and it doesn't matter what we do. They're gonna muck it up. They're gonna do something silly, and we'll get them, and we'll score a couple of goals. I'm not going to comment about the lineup because Arteta's it's been working for Arteta. What he's been doing, it's not lately. So I'm not gonna fault the lineup. When we have these condensed matches, people are getting tired, people are getting knocks. I had no idea that Emile Smith-Rowe was not going to play.
I heard that last night.
Okay, so at that point it was.
And to be honest, this is the exact lineup that I thought, except I thought Tavares would continue to start.
Yeah, he's kind of not. Really
but I had Lacazette up front,
Odegaard.
I had Lacazette, Odegaard, and then Martinelli and Saka, because last match, Martinelli started for Saka, and he did fuck all, and then Emile Smith-Rowe got pulled off, I believe, and Martinelli went to the other side.
Right.
Something happened and Martinelli was on the other side, and that's when he started kicking off.
Right.
But this is my problem with Martinelli. When he starts a game, it's like he's missing for most of the game. He'll have 1 or 2 moments of brilliance, and if they lead to goals, okay, then I guess it was all right to be non-existent. But
I felt a lot of players up front were kind of non-existent. I wasn't seeing their numbers getting called.
It's that incredible Everton defense, man. They just locked us. Like, what? Everyone's been able to score against Everton.
I'm not exactly sure at what point Everton turns it on, but they really did turn it on. You guys gave up on the press awfully quick. You were pressing for like 5 minutes, and then after that I felt Everton had just ridiculous amount of space to operate. And this is an Everton team that didn't have Decore, or not Decore, but Digne, Luca Digne.
Yeah.
And that I don't know how long he's been out. I thought he played last week.
He's in and out. Yeah, he's in and out.
It's one of those things where it's just like,
Jack was missed.
you just shouldn't be able to have that much space to operate, but yeah, there came a, the last 30 minutes of the match was, if you tuned in at like minute 65 or something, you were thinking you were watching a great match because it just lit up. It was going back and forth, and forth.
Bobby Two Scoops brings up a point. Martinelli did some decent lying on the floor.
Oh, I was so angry with that. So angry with that.
To me, this is where the word disgraceful popped into my head, and I tweeted it and I texted to everybody I know, and I said, this is disgraceful. We are up 1-0 on the mighty Everton, and I am being condescending as shit because that's who they've been. Yes, seasons past, like the beginning of the season with Ancelotti, they were a little bit like, oh shit, look out for Everton. That's not who they are. Right now it's like, oh shit, look out for Everton, that's a win. And so why at 50 minutes, 60 minutes even, why, if it's not in extra time, there's no room for that bullshit. And you and I, like, people blame the Wolves of it. You blame other teams. You blame Brentford of it.
Brentford's,
I
that's
hate
just
it all.
their game plan.
But how dare you? And it all reeked of a Mikel Arteta designed thing, because they showed a shot of Martinelli who just sat down on the ground, and then he leans back and he's like, oh shit, I'll grab my leg. Okay, I almost forgot to grab something. And you see him look up and he eyes the sideline, and then he kicks his head back like that. Like, not like, ooh. It wasn't even fake. It just went like, he looked. And then they cut to Mikel Arteta calling everyone over.
Yeah.
And they had a little fucking meeting.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
and we still lost. So what was the meeting about?
The
meeting was like, hey, stop trying to get the ball.
It was about a potluck. Who was going to bring the macaroni salad? Who was going to bring the coleslaw? And if someone could bring the Franken beans, I really like the Franken beans. But I need extra napkins. So Aubameyang, you bring the napkins. I've eaten your cooking. It tastes. Your idea of spice is flour.
Aubameyang right now, I feel like if he was baking a cake, he'd throw in like a cup of flour, and it would miss the bowl.
He'd got to slot it into the oven and end up on the floor.
But listen, I don't. Leeds fans will remember. Our Leeds fans who are on here, y'all remember when Llorente, one of his first matches playing with y'all, and he fell down,
he got
like,
smacked.
And was like,
and then and then the guy stands over and says, "Get up, bitch," and he did.
Yeah, it was.
But it was awful. It was absolutely.
But Leeds fans were all like, that's not us. That's not us. That's not us. That's exactly how I feel. And Martinelli does it. It's what I hate about Richarlison, to be honest. But at least Richarlison fights a bit more. I feel like Martinelli will fall in an instant. But I'm thinking, look, we're up 1-0. Yeah. 1-0. What? The game isn't over. There's like 45 minutes left with stoppage time. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, for sure. I didn't understand. There was so much I did not understand about that match with Arsenal. The delay of time. You guys were unable to string passes together. It was like really, really rough to watch. And then like awful. I said, Everton, they sniffed an opportunity, and it wasn't easy. And there was a lot of like heartbreak.
None of their goals were easy.
I mean, Richarlison being off.
The second offside, I'll say right now, I don't care. I see it. But it's right there on the line, and I see it, and I saw it, and I was like, they're gonna call that offside. But me as a football fan, am saying those types of offsides where if it was the guy who was on him. Then maybe okay. But if it's someone down there and it's that, like, to me, that's not an advantage.
Yeah, I thought that maybe they would give it to him.
Goal. They beat us on that play.
There were two things on that play that I saw that may have kept them offsides. One was, I'm not sure which player it was, but they had an arm back, and
Yeah. This
so
was
that
Tomiyasu
may
again, I
have.
believe.
But then, so that's the player behind Richarlison. The player in front of Richarlison in the shot of VAR is being blocked by an Arsenal player, and you can just barely see him, but he's there. I thought maybe they would be like, yeah, we're not sure if this guy is keeping him on or not because we can't see it. And so I thought maybe it would play into the advantage of the scorer. I don't know if they do that in football. It's like,
right
we can't decide.
Right now,
so
it's
tie goes to the scorer.
Right now,
but
there's
obviously
no
they
tie.
don't.
There's no tie, basically.
Right.
Because to me, look, for VAR is supposed to make the game fairer. And to me, that was unfair to take that goal away from Richarlison and Everton, because he's that amount of offside isn't affecting the play. Like, he didn't score that goal because he was offside. Some people score those goals because they were offside, even if it's by a hair. So sorry about that, Karen. She's like making me feel a little depressed. No, I'm just mad at my team. Oh, and I had said I only wanted to do 15 minutes on Arsenal. So let's be done with it. And I would just like to. I would be remiss if I just didn't mention the fact that Godfrey shouldn't have been on the pitch for the whole 90, and then he makes an incredible block for a shot on target from Odegaard. The dude knee action on Saka. That's a yellow card. It's always a yellow card. Stomp in the face. Okay, maybe he didn't mean it, but it's still a stomp in the face. If you smack someone in the face and you didn't mean it, a lot of times it's a red card. But most often it's a yellow card at least. And then later he goes studs into, I think it was Saka again. No, to Tavares, who had just come on the pitch. And he didn't even get the ball. And that wasn't even a foul. All I'm saying is Mike Dean's a cunt. All right. I fucking hate him. They're so terrible. All right, guys, let's go ahead and we're gonna move on to another match shortly, but excuse me, I just wanted to get a Leeds United fan's perspective of the Arsenal Everton match. So let's get Ben in here.
Easy, guys.
Yo, how are you, Ben?
I'm good. Get well soon, Lolo.
Thank you very much. Sorry you had to watch that ludicrous display.
No. Just a note. He definitely meant that, by the way. He looked at him before he studied him in the face. Straight red card. Yeah. I think it was
He had a cleat mark on his face.
Definitely. I think that would have changed the game.
That was a Cinderella thing of like.
I'm sure it would have changed the game, but
let's see which shoe matches.
The difference for me today was the fire. I mean, the two disallowed goals put a fire in Everton's belly, and as soon as the second one was disallowed, I could just see you getting beat from that minute onwards. The only player that turned up for you was Odegaard, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, it was a piss poor first half. We'll just write that off. But the second half, you didn't come out. You didn't. Saka was non-existent. Your wing backs were non-existent. I think you sent a central defenders and your keepers were your best players, other than Odegaard, and it wasn't a great game to watch on Everton's behalf.
And they were all
I think the VAR decisions fired the crowd up, and it fired the players up for Everton, and they just as soon as they actually got the goal that stood, that gave them the impetus to just go on and win it. But there's no excuse for that. But from Aubameyang at the end, that's just. Yeah, you want more from your captain on 350 grand a week.
Why you pay him?
So speaking of captains in the 90-plus minute last second chance to tie it up, one of them didn't, and sorry, about to sneeze, and one of them did, and that's Mr. Paddy Bamford.
Oh, that must have felt real good to see.
It did.
Oh my God!
I mean, it came out of nowhere.
He had missed a chance before, and I was like, shit.
I don't know if you read my post. My stream actually froze a minute to go, so I turned it off. So it wasn't until like 10 minutes later I realised we'd drawn the game.
Yeah, you were texting us some angry shit.
Which I was angry because I'm sorry, as much as I love Bielsa, he fucked that up yesterday. He brought Jack Harrison on for Cooper and then put square pegs in round holes when we had the answer on the bench in Charlie Creswell. We've got a centre-back on the bench. So what is the point of putting him on the bench if you're not going to put him at centre-back when your centre-back gets injured? I just think he overtinkers, he overthinks things sometimes, and he costs us points. And as much as I'm not Bielsa out, I'm not in any way Bielsa out, but there's got to be a point where we can criticise him without being ooh, you know.
No, listen, I feel like Bielsa would invite the criticism. I also don't feel like he's somebody who's gonna be like, you can't second guess me. You can second guess him all you want. He's just may not change.
We threw that game away in 10 minutes, and that was that's all they had out of the game, Brentford, 10 minutes, and it just pains me to see because we was in control. We'd just gone up the end, and Ayling nearly scored, and then they come down our end and score, and then we switch off again. But it's like we keep saying, "Oh, wait till we've got our full team. Wait till we've got our." We'll never have our full team. We'll get players back, and then somebody else will get injured. It's been the way with Bielsa.
I also think it's just the nature of football.
It is, yeah.
You know,
and now I think we're worse off with Calvin out than we were with.
Look at this guy now.
Patrick out.
Look at this guy commenting.
There's Najee saying, "I have said lately that if Leeds does not get results, Leeds fans will turn against Bielsa."
I won't turn against him, but I'll criticise him. But one thing I won't say, Najee, is I can't see us conceding.
Wow, dick move. We'll get to Chelsea conceding what, like 18 goals to West Ham? It seemed like it. But listen, you guys, so a lot of the talk was about, the weeks past where Calvin Phillips and Mark and Najee were even like, no, there's something there. And they came out and dispelled it. And so that's done. But let me ask you, Ben, when Calvin Phillips was taken off the pitch and all this happened, the commentators would not stop talking about, well, it all happened when Calvin Phillips left. It all happened when Calvin Phillips left. Was it really based on Calvin Phillips being off the pitch?
Or was it something else? The after effect of Calvin Phillips coming out. I mean, we seem to lose our cohesion for just 10 minutes. We seem to didn't know it started really when Cooper came off. But we didn't seem to know who was where and whose job was what just for 10 minutes. And they took advantage of that. Yeah. And then obviously once Brentford go in front, then they're going to revert to Brentford tactics. And Leeds kept flinging high balls into the box. You're not going to win headers against Janssen and Good, and it just wasn't working. Rafinha got it right once when he played the ball in low, and then Roberts got on the end of it. And well played Roberts yesterday, by the way. So he had a great game yesterday.
I think that was the best I've seen him play since I've been watching.
His 100th appearance for Leeds, and I think it's about time that we got behind him.
Yeah, for sure.
He just looked so. When he scored, it's like he didn't want to go to the crowd. You could see it. He was happy, but he wasn't, and I think that's just through all the shit that the fans have been giving him. I mean, obviously he reads social media and this and that, but look.
Yeah, I thought his celebration was kind of odd. He didn't seem. Yeah. He didn't seem. No, I don't think.
I don't think. He
but
it
was beautiful, right place, smart move. I likened it to a type of goal that Antonio might score for West Ham. Just that little.
It was a great finish, great time run. He pointed where he wanted it, timed his run, and got on the end of it. And it was similar to the one he missed the week before, when he was. Was it first? It was against Palace, wasn't it? It was. He missed a similar chance where the ball come across from a Harrison and he ran in and he didn't connect with the ball, but he got it right this time. And obviously, it was great to see Ayling back, and it was great to see Paddy back. Even though as rusty as he was, he scored.
Yeah.
I think
Ayling was pretty good for you guys.
Leeds' problems lie in midfield. And
Yeah.
we need, I mean, Forshaw's great, but he's still not 100% for me. I mean, he is good and his performances have been cracking. And then you've got Phillips, who you expect to perform every week, and not everyone does. And I just think we need a 10 and an 8.
Yeah.
And we've got no creativity outside Rafinha, and you can't expect him to do it all the time.
Right. Why is Phillips being pulled off so early in the match? Because you guys,
he was injured yesterday.
You guys are a completely different team.
He got injured yesterday. That's why
I didn't realize he got injured. I do think Cooper came off because he was injured.
Yeah, he's done his hamstring. I think it's the back of Phillips's knee. I think he took one to the back of the knee. We don't know. I've not read yet on how long he's going to be out or what extent of that injury is. I've not had a chance to read up on that yet. Yeah, but it was definitely an injury.
Yeah, I'm avoiding the injury report this week.
Well, I think we've got centre backs, and we don't need to be putting our best midfielder at centre half. Charlie Creswell had a great game. Who did he play against? Was it? I can't even remember who he came on against. West Ham. He had a great game against Antonio. Up until the last minute, he kept him in his pocket. Yeah. And if you can keep Antonio in your pocket, then you're ready for the Premier League. And you're only going to get better with the more games and the more experience you play. So why don't you just put him in there?
Yeah, that was a weird decision. I remember even Jack Harrison, you see him when he was like, what? Huh? Oh, shit. Yeah, he got his clothes off quick.
But I'm sorry. Jack Harrison should know. He should have listened on the sideline to what his job is. Where are you going? I just feel that since Dan James has come in, he's sort of don't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Ben. Sorry about
Ben.
That.
Sorry, Ben.
Wait till we get to my club. You want to be bummed out?
I felt for your club, mate. I did.
Oh, geez, man.
Well, a 2-2 draw. So, listen, you put up more than one goal in a match. That's good. And you got to draw. Best result, no. But here's 4 points from this 6-game stint that we were, a lot of people are saying 6 points will be optimal out of these. Like, who is it? You have Chelsea, Liverpool, City, Arsenal.
Chelsea, City, Arsenal, Liverpool. The only home games are Arsenal.
But you have those 4 and these 2.
I'm optimistic about that one after today's performance.
Optimistic about Arsenal. I would be if I was playing Arsenal right now. I'd be like, okay, cool. They've got some talent, but
I just think you like to play it out from the back, and I just think we can press you and take the ball off you at the back. Chelsea, I don't expect anything from. At Chelsea, personally, it'd be nice and it'll be a great surprise. But I think we can get something from City. We did it twice last season.
Yeah.
Why not?
We'll see.
And then Liverpool. Let's hope it's more like the game last season than this season.
Listen, a point is a point, and who's gonna understand that a point is a point more than most is that team we just mentioned, Chelsea. If you guys want to do a quick roundabout, let's make fun of Chelsea real quick before Nadia gets here. And
650 something million, 400 million more than West Ham.
Chelsea lost to West Ham 3-2, right? That was the final? Yeah.
And he meant that goal, by the way. That wasn't a cross. He meant that goal.
I thought so too.
He had the option to overlap it to Antonio, and they didn't quite. And then he's seen Edwards step out, and then he took the shot and scored. It wasn't a cross.
I think it was meant to be a cross, and he just kind of like.
He actually looked. You could see him look.
It was like a knuckleball, though. Like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good miss.
But Supermendy had a terrible game, didn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah,
he's not joining us, he says.
Oh, man.
That's all right.
All right, well,
we understand.
I'll put that to 35 after that.
But listen, Chelsea have looked a little. I feel like there are two Chelseas right now. There's like the very attacking Lukaku, Hakim Ziyech, Mason Mount, or even Pulisic when he's in. Like there's that Chelsea, and then there's the Chelsea that wins with the attacking of Chilwell and Reece James and headers, set pieces, getting getting Christensen and Rudiger up, and then letting teams come at them and Mendy making saves and but they're not always on the pitch together. Right now, I feel like they're trying to put those together. So remember, Mount wasn't playing for a while.
Right.
Mount was non-existent. Kai Havertz and Hakim Ziyech. It was this like nearly a pep roulette going on up front.
Right.
Lukaku was out. Timo
I
Werner
don't
was out.
think he
So
knows
they
his
had to
best
rely.
team. I really don't.
That's where I'm starting to wonder. Because
I think he did.
No, because you had Reece James and Alonso going forward so much when you have like Ziyech and everybody going like, no, we got this. Like, you need to fucking look out for Antonio.
Alonso was banging form.
Owen is eating you alive.
Alonso was banging form before he dropped him for Chilwell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just think he's
overrated. Do you guys see what I'm
overrated.
saying? Like, it seems like if they don't play all those playmakers up front, they do really well with the defenders scoring. But when they do, the defenders now have kind of gotten a taste for blood, where now like Reece James is in the midfield wandering around, and you're like, you kind of got to look out for Lanzini. He's like eating your breakfast. Yes, you may be getting some good crosses in, but you're a defender.
Right.
Go fucking defend.
Jared Bowen was class. He was class.
Jared Bowen was
brilliant.
He was on fire. He was on
Class
absolute
player.
I hope
fire.
you started him, Mark.
I did start him.
Nice.
But the penalty on Mendy.
I'm sorry, Najee. I think Thomas Tuchel is
how do you
overrated.
not clear that? How
Just
do you
clear it.
you just clear it? That's you're beat. Clear it. You're in trouble. Clear it. You're a class keeper, and you made a world-class mistake. And it just kind of just seemed like
Ederson mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a cock. It was a cock move.
Bowen's score was absolutely fantastic. It just came a point where you just knew, knew that West Ham was going to pull this out. Yeah. You just felt it, and if anything, you just felt that Chelsea was going to drop a couple of points with a draw. It was not, but if we look at the results, of West Ham, we talk about whether or not teams are up to the challenge. We talked about it when Arsenal played Liverpool, and we know what happened there. West Ham's up to the challenge. They're beating everybody at the top.
They've gone through that little hard spell as well. They've got a few easy games coming.
Yeah.
So. And Chelsea have got a hard game on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Sure. Anytime.
Listen, Najee, I don't think we said he's going through a rough period. I think he had a bad game. He made multiple mistakes.
He made some world-class mistakes that were just not.
And West Ham were in the mood. A lot of people thought West Ham, David Moyes, what he did last season and what we complained about him doing last season was dominating the little teams, going 3 goals up, scoring 3 goals against everybody, and then he goes and plays Man United, and they're a completely different team of scared little boys.
Yeah.
And they went in today, or whenever this match happened, and they were like, nah, we got this. Let's blow some bubbles.
I agree. I'm not saying Mendy is a bad keeper.
No.
He's a bad game. He's a world-class keeper.
He just didn't have it.
He's had a bad game.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of West Ham, that's who we got in the cup.
Yeah.
But I'm not bothered.
That's fucking nuts. Did you see that? The FA Cup? Everybody's like, you're playing Millwall. We play like Nottingham Forest. And all the Premier League teams are playing lower league teams, and they
it's going to be interesting. I saw this, and what's interesting for me is the Wolves they'll get Sheffield United.
Yeah.
And we lent Morgan Gibbs White to them, and he's ripping it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Nice. They can't use him.
They can't.
Not if it's a loan. You didn't sell him, right?
No, we didn't sell him. It's a loan.
Yeah,
for sure.
So let's go over to that Wolves match. And Mark, I gotta say, when you asked last week, you said, "Hey, is it like little bit of a victory if we don't give up 4 goals, if we give up less than 4 goals.
No,
And I was like, no. But this, let me tell you right now,
I called it
I
a
would be
1-0,
so proud.
and
I would be so proud of my club if I was you. After watching my team play,
that back five was
and
solid.
they didn't deserve that.
No,
They didn't deserve to lose that game. They didn't. I don't know. You didn't deserve to win it.
After
It deserved a 0-0.
You didn't deserve that. After that miss was terrible.
All I can say is I rarely shed a tear when it comes to my sports. When the Vikings lose in the NFC Championship to the Saints, I didn't shed a tear.
Repeatedly?
No, I didn't.
That was you're talking Super Bowl year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking.
Are you a Vikings fan? Minnesota Vikings.
We call it a bounty gate, is what we call it.
They're the ones that play in purple.
Half your coaching squad got suspended the next year.
And they took the trophy away?
Nope. I wish they would have, because y'all did. But guess what? We've taken it to you ever since.
I don't want to hear it.
But just on the note of American football, Leeds will be
second.
Leeds
but
will be
that's a whole.
But 49ers owned within 2 years.
I don't shed tears for sports.
Good night, Karen C.
And on this particular situation, I had like my eyes got a little misty. I'm not crying, you're crying. I got some sand in my eye, dust in my eye, or something like that, because we played so well against quite possibly the best team in the world. You know, no one gave us a chance.
Good night, Millie.
And to see Ellie, to see Ait Nori, and he pulls the hamstring, he stays in, and then he's just got to go out, and 30 seconds later, Liverpool scores.
He was so good for you.
But I gotta say,
look,
man, I'm gonna say this. Kilman put money in his pocket, and Ait Nori put Salah in his pocket. We play, and then Liverpool's like, "Fuck you."
I would say it was a group effort.
We've got Jota and Connor Cody on one leg. That block, that goal-saving block was. I'm like, we might get. He should
never have got a block. It should have just gone to the other side of goal. It was a terrible miss.
Any side.
I think he sort of felt for Wolves. I think he thought he was still playing for Wolves. It was his birthday as well, wasn't it?
It was his birthday. But it was just absolutely heartbreaking to see. It was a I can't wait until the rest of the team starts trusting the back line and starts attacking more and more, because that's what they need to do. They need to trust these guys, and let's just move forward, because they're gonna do their jobs. I kind of wish that João Matina would have started and not Dendoncker. It's Liverpool. You want your best players out there, and Dendoncker is a good player. He's not our best midfielder. If you're gonna put that out there. He
was Mr. Tom. I think that bet came in apart from Jota, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I just couldn't watching this match. The commentators that we have here, the one dude was making a point to say Jimenez.
Jimenez, I know.
And he kept doing the Spanish theta.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you're obviously trying. It's not like a natural thing that you do.
Yeah.
And here comes Jimenez.
Should have heard
I'm like, he's Mexican.
Yesterday. Oh, I
He's
strangle him.
Mexican. There's no theta.
But also one of the things that I just
learn his name. You can say
I
Tavash.
never once heard the announcers give any sort of credit whatsoever to the Wolves. As far as their, it was always like, Liverpool is they're trying what they can, and it's just not their day today. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Wolves are giving like they collapsed. Their hearts uniformly and collectively shattered.
Yeah.
And I really hope that this isn't like a downturn, because if as much as like playing playing Aston Villa and being down 2-0 with 15 minutes to go, and you take all 3 points, it was the start of something for Wolves. And this one, where you just play your heart out, you get no result. But more importantly, I'm concerned about Cody's ankle. I'm concerned about Aitnori's hamstring. These are guys that have been playing top ball for us, and if we lose them for any period of time, especially during this stretch, man, I don't know. I'm praying that Cody's not hurt. I'm praying that Aitnori is not hurt.
Listen, you guys are playing like right now. The actual football is kind of, as Ben put it last week. I think you said it's boring to watch, but you guys as a team have heart. I
definitely.
would say. And you mentioned so you mentioned the Aston Villa one, which was incredible. And kind of sent Aston Villa on a downward little spiral for a moment. They seem to have picked it back up, but this one will galvanize the club even more. And yes, if Connor Cody goes out, that's bad. If Aitnori goes out, that's bad. But right now, what you do have is a team identity and some heart. Something that I don't mind.
And a good comment from Mr. Tom there. It was admirable to limit Liverpool to one goal.
I basically that was kind of where I was at. I was that way on Happy Hour. I talked about in the weekend watch list that based on what we did on some of these top squads at the beginning of the season, holding them to one goal, I kind of felt that this was going to be the same result. Adding with what you have to say, Lolo, about having an identity, it's really great to see a kind of an attacking game plan from Lage. I think he's turning out to be a very, very excellent manager for us, and has each and every one of our players playing beyond their potential, beyond what was seen as their potential. I would even, despite his inability to finish, I still love the fact that, Traore can take the ball, drive it down, get you guys all out of position, and then, you start all over again. I don't know.
Look, I said, if you can get Traore to be a nuisance, you don't need him to score, you don't need him to assist. If you can just make him into a nuisance, you got a shot here. Because it just doesn't let Liverpool have their own way, and constantly having to cover the over the top ball means you're pulling the center backs closer to that side. And I think that's why Trent didn't really have a great day, wasn't it? Was he's on Trent's side or on Andy Robertson's side?
I think he was on Trent's side. Trent had his fucking hands full.
Trent had he can only go up so much.
And Traore was winning all the battles, all the headers, bringing the ball to his feet.
The shit out of him.
I don't want to be one to say that, we should have gotten this call, we should have gotten that call, but the one call on Jimenez in the penalty box, I felt that could have been a call that got missed, but there's really nothing. He was sent clattering into the wall, into the advertisement wall, whatever they call that. But I'm not gonna really dwell on that. But it was just to know that we lose Aitnori, we put in Kayana Hoover. It's almost like he's paid by Liverpool still, because he let Salah go. And
Yeah.
but hats off to Hoover, because he got on Instagram and all that, and he's like, that is my fault. I'm very sorry. I let my team down, and I can only
No,
learn
I
from
mean,
this.
it's everybody. It's everybody. And also, like, you don't realize how fast Salah is and how quick he is. Ait Nouri got a whole 80 minutes or however long it was to get used to that.
Yeah. No.
When he may have stopped that.
When he came off, it was just like, I had even said it, when you had texted and said, oh, this is going to be a well-deserved point for the Wolves. And I was like, no, I know how this ends.
Yeah, you did say that.
And it ended exactly in
All right,
stoppage
guys.
time with as little as possible.
Well,
anyway,
we're down to our last 15 minutes, so it's time to burn through some results. I want to, speaking of burning through, let's go to Newcastle Burnley. That was 1-0. Newcastle finally got a win. And Burnley, something's wrong, I think, at Burnley.
I hope they go down. It's about time.
Anything else to say about this?
No.
I hope they don't go down. I like I said, I like Sam Dyche, so I want to keep him up.
I don't like him enough to know his name.
Sean Dyche.
That's what I said, Dyche.
I just think, do you know what it is about Sean Dyche? I just think he can never say my players were shit. He's always got something to blame it on. It's just an excuse maker for me. I'm sorry, Ginger Beanhead. Can't stick the guy.
You're talking to me.
All right, next
Can't stick the guy. I'm sorry, I can't.
City. Man City yet again can't keep a clean sheet, or should I say yet again? Watford score when nobody thinks they're going to score. So, what do we think about this? Do we think it's a lax Manchester City because they basically own this game, or is it Watford has something in their attack? I mean, Dennis.
I think they've got the Ranieri effect. Watford, fair enough. I mean, they're pissing me off, City conceding every game because it's costing me clean sheets with Diaz and Ederson.
Right.
But you've got a fair play to Watford. They didn't give up, and they could have scored again. And so
they really could.
Yeah.
So good on them.
Sorry,
I gotta
Bobby.
say, Watford are at least kind of enjoyable to watch. If you don't support them because they're gonna lose, but but they're gonna score some goals and they move the ball well and they fight and they're rough and I don't know.
They're pesky.
Pesky. So my $8.2 million Phil Foden that I've had on my bench for 4 weeks finally got me an assist I can sell him.
And me. And well done anybody who scored over 50 points this week.
Oh my
I didn't even look, man. I've been just kind of
like 35 or something.
Moving on.
I honestly wrote off. I think I wrote off fantasy after the Wolves lost. That was just so heartbreaking. I wouldn't want anything to do with football.
Yeah. And yes, as Director John keeps telling us, don't forget, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. That always helps. And yes, there's always the ability to throw some coins in the tip jar.
Join the crew.
We never say no to. And join the Stoop crew. Let's go to Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. Manchester United nicked a win by
I don't know much about
Fred.
this game because I was watching Leeds. So I just know that they scored 70-something minutes, was it?
Yeah, they shouldn't have got anything. This should have been a 0-0. Or I actually thought Crystal Palace was gonna get one.
I thought they were gonna get one too, but Fred saves the day.
Fred of all people,
he's been playing so well the last few weeks, especially after as much. I know, especially as much shit as Najee gives Fred.
Yeah, so that sucks. Hopefully this isn't Arsenal kicking teams off because we very well may have kicked Everton off. They may brush off their bad form based on the energy we gave them, and Manchester United might as well. So hey, Leeds, you're coming up. We might be able to, give you guys a kickstart. So. Anything else about this?
I have nothing to say. I haven't seen the goal. I don't really care anyway.
Yeah. Let's go to Tottenham. Tottenham won 3-0 against Norwich. Norwich, who were in a bit of good form, ran into Tottenham, and I think it was just a perfectly timed for Tottenham. Yeah, they probably could have.
Yeah, it wasn't a
done-
surprising result, to be honest.
It
Yeah,
was
no,
not.
not
And
at all.
what was surprising was that it wasn't like 5-0 because Kane missed a couple easy, like typical
He
Harry Kane
still
goals, and he
just
missed them.
can't score.
So
Well,
He is showing a little more
I
interest.
won't lie to you. Up until he scored in the Euros, I thought he looked a yard off the pace, and I don't think it's got anything to do with he don't want to be at Tottenham. I just think he's lost a yard of pace.
yeah. And what saves him is that he gets into good positions where he doesn't have to outrun anybody. But when you're playing this counterattacking football, I mean, that's why he had so many assists, was because he would get it, hold it up, let the fast guys run past, pass it to them. So it looks like Son is getting in some good form.
Yeah, he is.
It's the one hot Spur player that
that you'd have at Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he could brush off all the Spurs nonsense from him, but yeah. So that sucks for Norwich because they were on a good run of form. I don't think this knocks them off of an okay run of form. The way I feel Arsenal could very well have been knocked off of a good run of form. I think Norwich may possibly be okay. They may be able to find it back because they go to Villa, or no, they're home to Villa, West Ham, Arsenal, Palace, Leicester. Okay, maybe not. They'll get to Arsenal. They'll beat us, and then they'll go back. They'll go back up. So, anything you guys want to say about this match?
I didn't see it.
Perfect. So let's go to the last match.
I've just got a point to make on Hasenhüttl here. Hasenhüttl said, because James Ward-Prowse went on the line.
I missed that one, yeah.
Well, James Ward-Prowse went on the line for... Can we switch it back, John?
Yeah.
He went on the line to cover the goalkeeper who had a hamstring injury. And he said, why didn't you tell me I would have made a substitute? Now, I think that's easy said in hindsight. I don't think he'd have made a substitute of the keeper with 5 minutes to go or 3 minutes to go, whatever it was.
Not at all.
And I just think lesser managers have been sacked at Southampton by now. And I think it's time for him to go. I really don't rate Hasenhüttl. Really don't rate him at all.
Yeah,
I just think he's not taking them anywhere. I mean, he starts the season okay, and then
it's kind of rough. I mean, you sell Ings and you lose Vestergaard, and these are some top quality players. It's kind of hard to. That's
a Southampton model, though. That's a Southampton model.
Yeah, it is.
They get a good player and they sell them. If they sell too many, they go down.
Right.
Then they build back up. They sell a good player or two, and then they get more money. They come back up and they play back. So this does suck for them because it was a ball pay like 90+ minute with a
2 weeks in a row
like that. Yeah,
but
2 weeks in a row. He's come out of nowhere.
Took him 60 shots to get 2 goals. Though.
Yeah. Once again, Brighton does look to be the case once again of if they had somebody who could score reliably, they would be winning these.
Yes,
I just saw that was like their 8th draw in 10 matches or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy like that. I'm showing Brighton has 8 draws this season. Yeah.
Oh, eight draws total.
Yeah.
But I think they started the season winning, so it's like 8 draws in the last 10.
That's 4 draws in the last 5.
So let's go to the last match. This one pissed me off, but
pissed me off as well.
It was Aston Villa beating Leicester 2-1. I'm glad Aston Villa won, because there was a goalkeeper situation where I don't know if you saw it, Mark, but Aston Villa smashes a ball at Kasper Schmeichel. He blocks it and then dives to get it, puts his hand on top of it. As he hits it, boom, poked. Clean poke too. I thought maybe he got his hand. Didn't get his hand.
He did get his hand a little bit.
He got his hand just afterwards.
I mean,
but not with the foot. It wasn't the foot that hit it. He hit the ball and then it was his leg.
With me, if the ball when it went to VAR, if it had a little bit of movement, it's different. But
it doesn't matter.
I understand the rule. I understand it afterwards, like the way it was explained at the halftime. or at the end of the match, I'm not sure when, but he stops it. It stops dead. He has his paw on it. You shouldn't be able to do that, but I guess you can.
I think the rule changed where you have to have 2 hands on it. You just got to be in control. The keeper's got to be in control of the ball. But I don't think he was in control of that ball.
See, I think he was, but you have to have 2. You have to have 2 hands after you make a save. So if you spill it, you have to put 2 hands on it. That's the way it was explained.
If you spill it, you need 2 hands,
right,
on it.
But unfortunately, what happened was whoever keyed up VAR basically didn't show the portion where Schmeichel makes the save and spills it. Instead, he just it was a freeze frame, and then it went into the continuation. So it was a bit unfair.
Anyway,
I honestly don't think it should have ever come down to just that one play.
But are we surprised that Leicester City gave up 2 goals again?
No,
not at all. I mean, they were a trivia question this last week. I mean, they've given up 2 goals or more in 9 matches.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like Villa winning. I'm sorry. I can't. I didn't like him before Gerrard. Now I don't like him even more with Gerrard. I'm very negative against certain people in the Premier League. I know, but if it ain't Leeds, fuck them.
There you go.
We should put that on a coffee cup or something.
Yeah, we should. Yeah. And where is he anyway? Where is he?
James, he's busy. He's been busy, and our schedules just haven't lined up.
Right.
But
I'm looking forward to it.
We'll get him. We'll get him.
Yeah.
We'll get
It'd be nice to see what he thinks of Leeds again after we've played a few months. Games. Well, it'd be nice to get him after this little run of games that we've got coming up. So
yeah. We'll see. Something's going on there. But all right, guys. Well, that was the match week. We went over everything and the important things, I think, we hit upon. But I'm going to...
Bless you.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Bless you. And well done for putting a show on. Well done.
Sorry, I'm a little sick. I'm going to take the next few days to hopefully get a little bit better.
Yeah, you should have worn a mask on happy hour like Tom did.
Yeah, I should have worn a mask on happy hour.
Right.
It was Ben's fault.
Speaking of which, Ben, how you feeling? Are you
I'm good. I'm clear.
Good on you, man.
All right.
Brilliant.
I know I took a COVID test. My whole family did, and we're all negative. So very negative in my household. But so it's just I've got a normal cold and it sucks because I haven't had one in like a year.
Right.
but like other than that, I'm all right. Yeah, I do need to get the booster. But anyway, guys, I hope you are all well. I hope your families are all well. I hope all of your teams win.
Except
most of your matches. Most of your matches.
Have we got Champions League midweek? Have we? I think.
No. No. There's another. I don't know. We'll get into it.
Right. I don't know.
I think there's nothing this week.
Is it
and
not?
Then next week is another midweek match. So hot toddies. No, not even that for me. Just tea.
Actually, City plays tomorrow. Champions League against Leipzig.
I'm sure I put on Super 6. It was Champions League. Let's have a look.
Yeah. So if I were you guys in fantasy, I would start moving away from the defenders getting you all the points because more teams are going to be getting
AC Milan, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Inter Milan.
As we get closer to Christmas and through the Boxing Day and all that,
Chelsea plays Wednesday.
I just stop for a while, we've been able to rely on our defenders to get us a lot of points in fantasy football. And I would say right now would be the time to slowly start moving away from
I can't wait till Boxing Day till I can have a sort of a clear out of a few players. So,
Anyway, guys, Ben,
over 50 points this week.
Yeah.
And
thank you for joining us, Mark. Thank you, as always.
John,
much love. We will see you guys on Thursday for Weekend Watch List. And then Friday for happy hour. So
peace out.
Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, all that. Peace from Brooklyn, y'all.
Take care, guys.
Hey, just sneaking him in.